Let me tell y'all why it's a tough day out here today. Let me show y'all why it's a tough day. Drew Brees. That's why I'm sitting out here on the lake today before I go home to collect my thoughts. Drew Brees. You still don't get it, man. You still don't get it. And this is the problem that I have. You're putting a flag in front of people. You don't want the flag to be disrespected. The backdrop of Colin Kaepernick kneeling in protest, in a symbolic protest, the juxtaposition of that to the death of George Floyd, the literal death of him, the literal kneeling on this man's neck until he suffocated to death, till blood was coming out of his nose. The juxtaposition of those two things, one man kneeling in a metaphorical protest against one officer kneeling precisely at the point that the man was making, Kaepernick was making about police brutality, that you kneeled on somebody's neck and you're still saying, I don't want anybody to disrespect the flag. You're in dangerous territory, my man. Because now you're putting a flag above people, a symbol above people. Let's talk about the flag. And let's talk about why your grandfathers who fought in World War II don't have a monopoly on patriotism. If anybody should have monopoly on patriotism, it should be the black soldiers and veterans who served. Because the day after 1945, any Germans that left Germany who served with the Nazi Party, who gassed millions of Jews, who gassed people who had mental challenges, physical disabilities. Don't forget about all the gypsies that they gassed as well. The day after World War II was over, they could come to America and have more rights than the black soldiers who fought. The day after the war was over, they could send their kids to the finest schools in America, and we couldn't. The day after they became citizens, they could vote, and we couldn't in the 1940s. The day after World War II, they could come and get on a bus and not say a word and be able to sit wherever they want to sit. They could go to any restaurant they wanted to go and eat whatever they wanted to eat and not get their food from the back. Those are the Germans, because of the color of their skin, who we fought against, who tried to exterminate millions of people, had those rights. This is the World War II flag that you hiding behind, that you saying that your grandparents have a right to that you're not going to disrespect the flag? That's what you're talking about? That's the patriotism you're talking about? A lot of bad things happen, my man, under that flag. A lot of bad things happen under that flag. Let's talk about the Trail of Tears. In the 1830s, the forced relocation of 30,000 Native Americans. They did a death march on those people. That's all, literally, not metaphorically, literally, there are American soldiers carrying a flag, and those 30,000 Native Americans walked to their death to the point where there was only 6,000 left. When the soldiers got tired of hearing those babies scream, the mothers with babies, they would take the babies and smash their heads against the trees, smash their skulls, grab them by the feet and swing them and smash their skulls against the trees to silence them and kill them. That was done under the flag, my man. The flag that you have yourself draped in, that is more important than people now. The Japanese internment, they stole those people's land, forced those American citizens to live in shanty towns. All their business livelihoods were wiped out during the entire World War while they were in internment camps. That was done on the flag, my man. Civil rights struggle. Martin Luther King was the most hated man in America during that time. If you were a black protester and you held the American flag, the racist police officers would snatch the flag out of your hand because that was anti-American. Integration was anti-American. Be careful of the symbols. When you start putting symbols above people, you're drifting into dangerous territory. That's called idolatry. They've given you a false idol. When your teammates are telling you, hey, I'm a millionaire, but I'm still subject to the same thing that the rest of my people are. I can get stopped easily at a traffic stop and not come home. They're looking for a young black man to be riding in the type of vehicles most NFL players ride in, so that they can stop him, so that they can see if they're a drug dealer. Okay? And they may not survive it. These are your teammates, and they're telling you. And it's not, you see, you got to pass the last time, okay? Because it was all symbolic. Kaepernick's knee was symbolic. But now you have the literal representation of what happened with an officer's knee on George Floyd's neck, and we all sit there and watch the man die like an animal. And you're still saying you don't want to disrespect the flag by kneeling in solidarity with people. You're putting the flag above people's lives. That's not what the gospel tells us to do. The gospel tells us to help the poor, the downtrodden, the people who are in jail, the widows, the people who need clothes, the people who need food. It doesn't say to worship a flag. Now, if anybody's got a monopoly on patriotism, it's got to be black people who fought in every war for this country and could not reap the benefits, hoping, we don't care about ourselves, hoping that our future generations would have it better. We're not going to be able to see the fruit of our labor. We support the flag in the hope that it could be better. Y'all support the flag because it was good for you. We support the flag hoping it would be good for us. That's a problem, my man. And then I hear Taysom Hill is saying, I really respect Drew Brees now. I knew we should have kept Bridgewater. He's following lockstep with you. But that's the influence that you have. See, that's why this is hurt. If it was a player off the practice squad saying this, it wouldn't hurt as much. But you got so much influence with young people who see how successful and how great you are on and off the field. And now they say, I got to believe what Drew Brees believes in order to be successful. I'm going to pattern my life after him. Now they're going to start putting things in front of people. What's more disrespectful? Kneeling in front of the flag, saying this flag does not represent the ideals of the piece of paper that is written, the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. Or watching your fellow American getting targeted for possibly, don't even know if it's proven yet, possibly paying for something with a counterfeit bill. And you watch him beg for his life like an animal. A grown man calling out for his mother. What's more disrespectful our ideals, Mr. Brees? That's why today hurt, man.